What's up? Today we are in chapter 9 of Revelation. The title of the text will be the fifth and sixth trumpet, starting in verse 1. And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him was given the key of the bottomless pit. Verse 1. The judgment of the fifth trumpet recalls both the eighth plague on Egypt in Exodus 10:12-15, and the plague of locusts in Joel 1:2-4 and 2:25, which was a foreshadowing of the day of the Lord in Joel 1:15. The star here may refer to 1. The demon mentioned in verse 11, 2. Satan, or 3. Angel who has the key of the bottomless pit. The last option is most likely. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth, and unto them was given power, as the scorpions of the earth have power. And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not have the seal of God on their foreheads. And to them it was given that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented for 5 months. And their torment was as the torment of a scorpion when he striketh a man. And in those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. And the shape of the locusts were like unto horse prepared unto battle, and on their head were as it were crowns like gold, and their faces were as the faces of men. And they had hair as the hair of a woman, and their teeth were as the teeth of a lion. And they had breastplates as were breastplates of iron, and the sound of their wings was of the sound of chariots of many horses running to battle. And they had tails like unto scorpions, and there were stings in their tails. And their power was to hurt men 5 months. Verse 2-10. The locust origin from the abyss, plus the fact that unlike regular locusts, these are not allowed to harm any green thing or tree on the earth, makes it clear that these creatures are demonic. They target people who do not have the seal of God in their foreheads. Some hold that span of the torment for unbelievers is 5 months because that is the lifespan of a locust, while others think it has something to do with the time of year when locust plagues occur with devastating impact from mid-spring to late summer. And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue has his name Apollyon. Verse 11. The king of these demonic creatures is called Abaddon and Apollyon, both of which mean destruction. One woe is past, and behold, there come 2 woes more hereafter. Verse 12. The first woe predicted in chapter 8, verse 13, has now passed with the 5th trumpet. The 2 remaining woes are the 6th trumpet and the 7th trumpet. And the 6th angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the 4 horns of the golden altar which is before God. Verse 13. When the 6th trumpet sounds, the authority of the voice from the altar before God strongly suggests that this is the Lamb, Christ, not the martyrs under the altar, or even the angel whose action led into the trumpet judgment, saying to the 6th angel which had the trumpet, loose the 4 angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. And the 4 angels were loosened, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year for to slay the 3rd part of men. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and heard the number of them. Verse 14-16. The 4 angels are apparently demons in position of authority over the demonic army like Apollyon. The river Euphrates was the eastern boundary of the land promised to Abraham in Genesis 15:18. These demons were prepared according to God's sovereign plan and timing for the specific hour in Daniel 9:24-27. An army of 200 million is large enough to accomplish such horrific slaughter as killing 1/3 of the human race. Some believe this army is human, but more likely it's demonic. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire and of a jacinth, and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone. By these three was the third part of men killed, by the fire, and by the smoke, and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths. For their power was in their mouth and in their tails, for their tails were like unto serpents, and had heads, and with them they do hurt. Verse 17 through 19. The term plagues is used to echo God's plagues on Egypt in Exodus 7 through 11. It is also the first of many uses of the plague in Revelation, speaking of God's judgment in the end times. And the rest of the men which were not killed by the plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and of wood, which neither can see nor hear nor walk. Neither repented they of their murders, nor of their sorcerers, nor of their fornication, nor of their thefts. Verse 20 through 21. The earth dwellers give the same hard-hearted response Pharaoh gave when confronted with the plagues in Exodus 7:22 and Exodus 9:7.